it's Karen here from Turquoise Treasures, and I think I said in my last video that I was going to possibly do a pocket, a couple of pockets, some collaging. No, I've changed my mind. I want to do something else first, and then I can move on to something to those afterwards. But I decided I want to put in a bookmark into my journal, and so I had to go up making a sort of a prototype with some card, you know, it's just some what do you call it? You know, stuff that comes through the door. Can't remember what it's called now. You know, junk mail, junk mail. And it's a book page, and I just sort of thought I'll try it and put the shape, and I'm going to put a oh, it's Matt with me this morning. Anyway, I'm going to put a hole in it, and then so I thought I'd got it already, and that's what I was going to do. And then Pam at the Paper Outpost did a couple of days ago. She did bookmarks using fabrics, and I watched her video, and I thought, oh, I really like that one as well. So I've decided I'm going to have a go at doing both. This is partly based on one that she did ages ago. I haven't watched the video again. I think it's months and months ago she did a bookmark, and I had at the back of my mind one day I might want to do one. I don't know if she did it like this. This is just how I've decided to do it. But the fabric one I'm going to try and follow what she did, and then I'm going to decide which one I prefer. So I thought I'd do them both, and then, you know, then we'll decide afterwards what we want to, which one I want to use. So I'm going to start with my original idea. So I've got a piece of junk mail here. It's not that thick, so I've got it folded in half, which is what I did with this one. I just took a piece and folded it in half, and it's about the same size. So the first thing I'm going to do, put that aside, is to stick the two halves together. So there we go. Just put just a little bit of glue just to hold it together. And then it's a nice solid piece of card to put as the inside of my bookmark. Oops, there we go. Right. Now I think what I'm going to cover it with, rather than book page, and I like the book page look, but I thought I'd use this, which is some lace that I've just scanned. I think I put some coffee dyed paper behind it so you could see it, because if you just scan it as it is, it just disappears. So I'm going to use that because I thought that'd make a nice background. So all I'm going to do is to cover my bookmark. So I think I'll just tear off what I don't need at the bottom. That's it, about there. So I'm hoping this is going to work out. I think the trickiest part is doing the pointy bit at the bottom. So we'll see how that goes. It went better than I expected. It's not completely pointy, as you see on the one I did before. Got a little flat bit, but that doesn't matter. And the idea is I'm going to put some dingly danglies hanging from the bottom, and I thought that would be quite nice hanging at the bottom of the journal. That's the plan. We will see how well that works out. Okay, so then I've got that there, so really all I need to do is fold it. Try and fold it so that it's about straight, and then fold it the other way. It seems that feels like a fairly simple thing to do, so know me, I'll try and make it more complicated than it needs to be. But I think that's about right. And then I'll just tear it, just to make sure it overlaps at the back. Don't need to overlap by too much. Okay, yep, think we're all good. Are we straight? Maybe. And I'll just tear this off. Fingers crossed. And that's the basis of a bookmark. Okay, so just glue that down. This bottle's getting lighter and lighter. I'm wondering how much is left in here. Still a bit. That's good. So just do it on the inside edge. And then on the outside edge. Okay. Oh, now the first thing I need to do, of course, stick this down. Ha! I might have to put that glue on again. I nearly forgot that, because otherwise it'll be just sliding out the bottom, won't it? Oop. Get that sometimes, just get a big glob. See if I can smooth it out. Alright. Stick that inside. Okay. There we go. And again on this side. So everything is nice and stuck together. Hope this is still, hope the glue hasn't set yet. Let's see. I think we're okay. Just rescued it in time. Alright. So I may put something on both sides. Yeah, I probably will. Right, the next tricky part is to try and fold in my corner, my pointy bit at the bottom, because I think it looks nice to have a pointy bit. So I'm just going to try and fold this into the middle. I'm not going to, I reckon that's about the middle. Try and fold it in as best I can, because you've got several layers now, so it's a bit tricky. It may not be a perfect point, but it'll be hopefully close enough. Yeah, I mean, I think, you know, that's as good as you can hope for. It's certainly as good as I can hope for. I'll use my bone folder just to try and flatten down these creases. And stick that down. What I might do is just cut those kind of that little bit off, as it's loose anyway and it's just another layer of paper that I don't need. Cut that off. And the same on the other side. I might, oh, I don't know, it's all attached, so I might just try and trim it down a little bit. Just to reduce the bulk a little bit. Right. Hopefully this won't show. So let's try and fold it in like that. There's still a little bit of, I think I'm going to have to probably put something over this to cover it a bit. I'm not quite sure how I'm going to do that. I might just trim that a little bit more, so you're not seeing multiple layers. The more you trim it down, in theory, the easier it will be to fold it in, and the tidy little look. And I might get a better corner, a better point as well. Oh, well, that's not level now. Oh God! So I told you I'd make it harder than it needed to be. I want those two pieces to be about level. There. Oh, push it down. I think I am. It's about level. I wanted this to be straight across, to look tidy. And I think I'm about there. Let's have a quick look, see how it looks from the other side. Oh, that's better. Okay, so now I'll stick it down. Not going to mess about anymore. A nice big lot of glue in there. Make sure I get it right into the corner. Just hold that down. And I think I'll try and get one of my clips out I use for the making the journals. Maybe I'll just hold it into place for a little while it dries. Apple, that's all right. Okay, let's just get one of those bulldog clips to just hold it in place for a minute. There we are. Hopefully that'll just hold it while it dries. Fingers crossed. In the meantime, I need to decide what I'm going to... Ugh. Okay. I need to just decide what I'm going to put on here. Now I've got a few options. I think I probably showed you right early on when I was going through the papers that I printed off this set of rather elegant ladies at it's a digital by Romantica Arts, and I just liked them, so I thought at some point I might get to use them, and I thought one of these would be rather nice on here. I just haven't decided which one I want yet, so it's a case of going for the colours. Not so keen on her, she looks a bit snooty to me. Not so sure. She's rather nice. Get stuck together. She's rather nice. She's got that 20s look. Well, they're all 20s, aren't they, I suppose. So there's that one. And there's also this one. I rather like her. Oh gosh, I like her as well. It's very elegant. So it takes up quite a lot of the space. So I don't know, I'm wondering whether to fussy cut around a little bit. I mean, she's already got half her arms cut off on either side anyway. But at least then you get to see a bit of the lacy background, and I might put a bit of actual lace on there as well. But I think I need to decide which one I want to use first. I do like her. First of all, I might just cut it down, and maybe that'll be enough. And then I might, if it's not enough, I'll just cut round her a bit and just... We'll see. First of all, I think I'll just trim it. And see how she looks. I don't trust myself to cut it straight, so I'm just going to trim her there with this. And okay, let's see if that's enough. Actually, that looks all right. I think I might round the corners as well. And ink it up. and a bit of inking, and I'll ink around the bookmark too and see where we go from there, and then I'll decide on perhaps what a bit of lace that might go behind, because I'm thinking she's got this little fan in a lovely sort of pinky corally colour, and I may have some lace that would just pick that out. I've got a couple of bits of lace that would go quite nicely with that, so that might be quite a nice thing to put behind her. I'm just going to ink around while I let this dry. I've got a few little dingly dangly bits I'd like to hang off the bottom. I bought some sewing related charms a while ago, so I should put one of those on, and I'm hoping to put a few of those through the journal when I start to decorate it. Okay, yeah, I like that. She's really pretty. She's got a nice face. It's not just about the colours, it's about the face. And I mean, she's got a, I suspect on the other side I might put this one, because she looks like she's got a very, she looks almost like the same girl with a slightly different hairstyle, so I rather like her as well. And also she hasn't been cut off, like some of them have had their arms cut off, which looks a bit odd. So I might put her on the other side. Anyway, so yeah, so that's that. Now I've got a couple of bits of lace that might go. So I've got this quite wide piece, which I could actually put a piece either side, or I've also got some I bought the other day, which is a bit, I don't know if I bought enough, probably didn't. Sometimes you would find you use the same colour over and over again. Could put that on that side. And put that there. Or should I put it the other side? It's really pretty. I like this lace because this one is nice, but it's kind of hard, stiff. I have been cutting it in half actually because it's so wide. But this one is really lovely and soft. Just feels nicer. So I might not put it all the way down, perhaps just to the bottom of her. About that. I don't know. I quite like that. Let's scissors. Let's try it. Let's cut it there. It's going to make it look a bit odd at the bottom here. I think I'll take this off now. Just level that up. Okay, so put that there. Put her there. Is that going to work? Or would it look better if it was just her? Maybe it would look better if it was just poking out from outside from the picture of her. Let's just fold this under a bit. Get an idea. And then I could put a little something across the top here then, couldn't I? Maybe that's better. Well, that's what I think I'll do. little piece. I seem to have a lot of little pieces now. I've got this little piece as well. I cut off before, but I don't think it's not quite what I want. Okay, let's do it. Let's stick this piece on. Let's decide where she's going to go. Now, is there anything else I want to put behind her? I'm wondering about something else. Don't know really. You could spend all day just wondering, you know, messing them out. Oh, I know what I haven't done. I haven't inked, so I'll do that. That will just give it a little bit of an edge. Yeah, I think I definitely need to put something across the top here because it's got that raw edge, which I don't really like. So I might just put something over the top of this. Okay. Right, and then let's put that about there. I'm going to use my art glitter glue, I think. Works quite well for lace. I wouldn't use it for any heavy fabrics, I don't think, but I do find it a bit easier to use than the old Fabri-Tac. Just put a little bit of that. Okay. Just want to check I am actually filming. That would be annoying, wouldn't it? Yep, we're all good. We all suffer from this paranoia that we're doing all this stuff and not actually filming it. Okay, so that's that, and then she's going to just pop over onto there, like that. Okay, just slightly in from there. Just a touch more, so you can just see. That's it. You can see the just a little bit of the lacy background. It's quite nice. The card. And I'm wondering about a bit of a fabric topper or something. I've already got some lace. I might use more lace, but what have I got? Any little pieces. Could use a bit of that, but that's. I could use a bit of the other lace as a topper, but I'd quite fancy just a little piece of fabric or something a little bit more substantial. I don't know whether I've got anything in here that would work. There is this bit here, which is a bit sort of, looks a bit like it's come from her dress almost, but it's, no, not quite. Let's have a look in another bag. Another bag of bits. Ooh, about that. That's quite pretty. I wonder if that would fold over there. It's a bit too, might be a bit too bulky. Have a look at that. Nope, nothing else in there. It's that piece of ribbon, which might just, it's quite nice. Is it wide enough? I want it to just go over the top. Let's just cut a piece of that and see if it's big enough, because that'd be quite nice. It would just finish the edge, wouldn't it? Or do I need something a little bit bigger? I think I just wanted to edge it really. I can always put another little strip of something. Yeah, I think I'll use that. But I think it needs the Fabri-Tac for this one. Okay. Where has it gone? Hiding? Yep, it's hiding. There we go. Come out to play, Fabri-Tac. There it comes. Just has to get rid of the air that builds up in the top of the bottle, I guess. I think that should be enough, just a little bit more there. Okay. I hope that's enough. More by luck than judgment that I got it the right width, quite honestly. Okay. And I might put a little edge there, or maybe a flower or something at the top there would be nice. So let's put these bits back in the bag. Little narrow lacy edge is what I fancy. If I can find any such thing. There's a little bit of pink here. Is it? No, it's not. Is that pink? Well, it is pink, but it's very, yeah, it's a very, very pale pink. Or there's this one, which is quite nice. These are all the laces I picked up at the antiques shop when I went a few weeks ago. And they're really lovely. That's rather nice, isn't it? Okay, let's just trim that off a bit there. And there. So that's that one. And I might glue that with, I'm going to try using using this because it's less gloopy. You can get a thinner line, I think, with this. Even though I know this is meant to be giving me a fine bead, I don't find maybe I just don't squeeze strong enough to get it as a fine bead. It still comes out in big globs. So I still like the art glitter glue for thin things like this. And then I fancy perhaps putting, I don't know if I can find a little flower or some small thing. Let's have a look in my little box with some bits and pieces. Now the doilies are a bit too big. I have got these flowers. That might, one of those might look nice. Let's have a look. I've got that in I've also got it in pink, but I think the pink might clash with the other pink. Let's have a look. Do I like that? I think I do. I do. Is that the right way around? Impossible to tell. I think actually that's the better side, so I'll put, and perhaps I'll put a little pearl in the middle of some sort. I've got a small one I can just pop in the middle just to give it a nice little centre. We will have a look. Just want to trim off that little bit of excess lace over here. Right, so I've got that. That's really pretty. That just finishes that top off, but I want to just put a little something, I think, in the middle. Looking at the time, already at half an hour, so I don't know whether I'll get both. I'll keep going and try to get both the bookmarks done, but I probably won't get the back done in this video, so I might do that off camera and then just show what I decided to do, because I don't think I'm going to put another lady on the back. I want to do something different. Might do something floral, but I don't know yet, and I'd have to go looking for something. Oops. Okay, I've got my little box of pearly stuff. Is that the hinge or that? No, that's the hinge. trying to open it the wrong side. That's it. So I've got the little tiny pearl. They're too small. And I've got that pearl there, which will be fine because this might be top poking. I think it's probably going to poke out the top anyway. So I think I might put one of those on. Hopefully it won't interfere with the book. Oh, not that one. That one. Okay. It won't turn over. Go there. In the middle. Alright, a little pearl in place. And then the other thing I want to do is the little hole at the bottom. I keep getting thinking of the word grommet, and I know that's not right. That's going to go in, and I can never remember what these things are called. It'll come to me. Right, so I've got my big tool. I do like a good tool, especially something that's got a bit of oomph. This is the Memory Keeper's Big Bite. Where's my bin? There it is. Right, so I'm going to, I've already set it on the 3/16 hole, and I just have to, yeah, I need to do it that way round. Use my strong arm. And put this in here. Hope it's fairly central. There we go. And there's my hole. And then I got to decide which of one of these things that, as soon as the video's over, I'll say that's what they're called. So what colour shall we use? I've got gold. I think gold might be quite nice because there's sort of goldy tones. Otherwise it's more of a coppery one. How does that look? No, don't think so. Try that in there. Although, having said that, maybe silver would be better because if I've got silver, because I've got all my my little charms are all silvery coloured, which I would have preferred them to be a slightly duller colour, but I don't have the means to change their colour, so maybe that sort of shade will be better for the thing that I'm going to put in there that I can't remember the name of. I'm sure everybody else will know exactly what I mean, but I can never remember what they're called when I want to. There's a shiny silver one. I think we might have a dull silver one in here as well. Let's have a look. There's that one. There's that one. That one. Don't know if I've got any other colours. No. All that. Oh, maybe that's the one I'm looking for. I don't really want shiny, 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 but that would work, wouldn't it? Because that would tone quite nicely with the silvery thing, the charm. I don't know what's going wrong with my words today. I just can't think of the words I want. Mind you, that's nothing unusual. I often have that problem. Okay. And we'll go for one of these ball pins, and I don't think we've got those in a silvery colour. That. Or I might use black. And I've got this little pair of scissors, or I've got the little sewing machine. How cute is that? So I might use the sewing machine because I just think that's so sweet. Right, so I've got that. Oh, something's gone on the floor. No idea what. As long as it's nothing vital. Oh, I think that was my thing that has no name. Yep. One moment. I'll dive down. Pick it up. Alright, so let's set this first. Eyelet setter. That's what it is. It's an eyelet. That's not that hard really to remember, but for some reason it is for me. Now get this out of the way, get the lace out of the way. Get all my gubbins out of the way so I can actually put this in position. Right, so I've just got to line it up on the special area and give a good old push, and we're done. I do love that machine. Just going to put it away because it's a bit large. Okay, so we have this one and this one. I've got, I think, going to use the sewing machine. I've also been making some little dingle dangles. I just thought I'd try it and see how they turned out. So I've just used some embroidery thread, and I wasn't sure what colour scheme I was going to end up with. So I've done a turquoisey one on a turquoise thread and a pink one on some pink thread. So I think I'll use the pink one. And I also wanted to, although I may still use this one, I also wanted to do a little tassel, some little tassels that I've had hanging around for ages. And now I don't know what I've done with them. Here they are. And I thought I might use one of those as well. So these are the colours. So this colour would go quite nicely, but it wouldn't go with the pink, so maybe I should use this, just so that it's not all too much one colour. And this. So let's see how it all goes on to the, I'm going to use this one, how it all goes onto the ball pin. We'll give this a try. I've not done this before, so it's all a bit experimental. These things, all I've done is knotted them either end, and certainly, have I done it on this one? I think I have. It's definitely on the pink one. I put a bit of Fabri-Tac to kind of really seal it. But I don't know if I've done it on this one. I think I have. I think there is a bit of Fabri-Tac there. It's a case of which way round do I do it. It really needs to be that way round, doesn't it? And then it's a case of whether I can get this point through my knot, because that's the only way I can think of to fix it. So that's gone through, so that's all right. And then I put the sewing machine, and then I might put my little tassel like that. So they don't really hang down very much, but once you put it on there, it might be in. Let's have a look, see how it looks. Let's put it through my eyelet. Now I've got the word. I seem to remember it when I see the machine, because I think of it as an eyelet setter. But for some reason, before I get that in my head, I can't remember the name. Okay, so I've put that there. That might work. I'll have to sort of see how that feels. It looks like the other bits could do with having something to hang from, and I know I could put a jump ring on them to make them hang a bit further, but I don't really get on with jump rings. My hands just aren't strong enough to deal with that's why I bought the special jewellery pliers, thinking I could do the jump rings and make these things a bit easier for myself, but I can't make the jump rings open and close, so I'm going to have to just do the best I can. And yeah, it's kind of cute. So let's see how it looks in the journal briefly, and then I'll move on to the other one. Oh no, perhaps I'll do the other one first and then do both of them, show both of them with the journal, because I've got to unwrap it all. I'm trying to keep it clean and it's all in a bag, so I think I'll move straight on, otherwise we're going to run out of video. What am I doing? I'll put that in there as well. And those up there. Oh, and I also did this one while I'm at it. This little red one, red and gold. Because, just as a clue, the next journal I'm going to make, Christmas journal. So I thought, oh, I'll make myself one of those ready for my Christmas journal. I might start working on some of that fairly soon. Okay, let's get this lot out of the way. And that out of the way. I don't know how far I'll get with this other one, so I've made a right mess now. And I may do another dingle dangle on that one, I'm not sure at the moment, but I thought, I do like that, I really do. And I want to do something on there, not sure, but I'm not sure at the moment what I'm going to put there. Okay, quick bit of tidying. Okay, what I'll do is I'll have a quick tidy up, I'll turn the video off, and then I'll come back when I'm ready to go, otherwise you're going to waste too much time just watching me tidy. I'll come back. Okay, I'm back, and I've now got everything ready, I hope, to make this fabric bookmark. So I've got some more junk mail here. It's a bit thicker than the other stuff that I had, so I'm hoping that this is actually thick enough to use a single layer. Especially if I'm going to have fabric either side, it should be strong enough, I hope. And then I've got some fabric scraps, and that I'm just going to do exactly what Pam did and just layer them up on the bookmark and sew around it and see how it comes out. So let's give this a go. I'm hoping I'll get this done in the time. I'll do my best. In theory, it shouldn't take very long. But being me, it may take longer than it would take, certainly longer than it takes Pam. But then she did have a go. She did have a practice run and she'd made several before she did it on camera. And this is the first time I've made one on camera. So that's my excuse and I'm sticking to it. Right, so, okay, so what we're going to do, as this has already got a nice zigzaggy edge, I'm just going to use that across the top, so I haven't got, that just minimises the amount of cutting I'll need to do at the end, because the idea is you sew round it actually on the card, but first of all you trim it down, and I'm going to be using my handy dandy rotary cutter, which you've all seen me use, rather inexpertly, but it does work. Surprised me, but yep, it worked. And then there's that piece of fabric there. And then I'm also going to do a bit of sewing on the joins of the fabric, just so that it actually holds it all down and you don't get too many raggedy ends. And then I've got this piece. I think I'll make that go there. Really, really lovely piece of material. This, I don't know if you remember, this was originally part of a dress that my friend, who the journal is for, passed on to my daughter. It was a Christmas dress. You can see it's got little bits of gold in it, and I just love the material. And I do wonder if she'll remember it. Just from seeing, there's a little bit of this in the cover as well. And then there's this piece of sort of damasky pink. Yep, I think that way round. Which I think goes quite nicely, picks out the colours in some of this material as well. Okay, so there we are. That's all laid on. Hopefully it's all stuck down sufficiently, at least until I can sew it. Right, and then I think we do the other side. I think what she did, she edged it. So I'll try that, see if that comes out. I'm not going to do it as dark as Pam did, because Pam did it with walnut stain, and I think for my purposes that's a little too dark. So I'm going to just try it with a bit of vintage photos, just enough to delineate the edge of the card for when you're sewing and when you're trimming. That's the idea. And so it may not show up very well on the darker fabric, but hopefully by then I'll know where I'm going. And the other bits will guide me. Oh, that's got a bit of a hole. That might not quite work. I might need to move this piece up a bit to cover that gap in the material. Okay. it up. Hopefully that's still going to stick. Just enough until I can sew it. Okay. And around the bottom. It gives it a nice little finished edge anyway, which is all good. Right, that's that piece. I'm not sure, I think I might try and do this side next. I can't remember which way Pam did it, but I'm just going to have to do it my own way. More glue. Big glob there. Corner. Right. Ugh. Poor old mat. It's beginning to look a bit the worse for wear, but it's very, very old. I've had it a long time. Right. Okay, so I've got a few more bits here. I might try. So this was the top, wasn't it? Let's do it the way round that it's going to appear. Got this really large piece, so maybe I won't do as many scraps. Perhaps I'll just do 3. So I do like this big piece of pink I've got here. I've got this material, but I don't think I'm going to use it. I do like this. But it's the same pattern as this, but it does go rather nicer. Anyway, mutter, sorry about this, I'm just trying to decide. So I've got all these, it's called a charm pack, all these pairs squares of, I don't know what size they are. Have I got my ruler here? I think they're 4-inch squares, or they're 5. Yeah, they're about 5-inch squares, and they are really pretty. But if you put too much, it looks too matchy if you use them all at in the same thing. So I've got a bit of that. Maybe I'll use a bit of that. And a bit of this across the top. Okay, put that there. Then I put this one right in the middle. And then this one, does it fit? Ooh, might have to do a little piece of this at the bottom. I'll just do a bit of that there, and then is that bit gonna go? No. Worth a try. And then that piece there. Put this underneath. like the zigzaggy edge on the outside anyway. Alright, well, that's not lying flat under there, is it? Okay. Right. I'm just going to do my bit of edging. I think I'll just have to make this a two-part video. I'll start the next video sewing this so you can actually see it being finished, and I might even get around to finishing the other bookmark, do the back of the book, the other bookmark, and then move on to doing the other things that I was going to do, which is there's a pocket I particularly want to show you. I've made, it's one of those pockets, it's very, shouldn't take very long to make. I've made several already. It's one of those things you just, once you start making them, you can't stop. And then I need to do some more collaging so I can make some more tags and a few bits. And then once we've got all that made, I think we should be at the point of starting to actually decorate the journal and getting it finished. Because I do want to fairly soon make a start on my Christmas journal. I have actually started to have a look at some of my Christmas stuff and had a go at making a couple of things that I've seen Didi Farrago making. So, okay, so we're pretty much at the hour now. That's as far as I've got. So I've got my bits of fabric and they just need to be trimmed with the rotary cutter and sewn. So I will still do that, and I will do it on camera, but it'll have to be at the beginning of the next video, and I'll try and run these two videos quite close together so there's a bit of continuity in what you're watching. So thank you very much for joining me. I think I really need to stop now, so that and then I'll carry on in the next video. So thank you for joining me, and bye for now.